Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts to the new timer from the Ghost of Tom Joad. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video we'll be playing through the whole song and you'll see tabs scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of D major, tempo nice and slow, 70 BPM. It's in drop D tuning, which basically means you drop this E down to a D, so you've got a really beefy sound. Okay, and only 3 chords here, which is fantastic. D5, use your first finger, 2nd fret G, middle finger, 3rd fret B. I don't normally play it like that, but you will want to because you've got these extra bits going on there. Then you've got an A chord, so use your first finger to bar the 2nd fret D, G and B strings. Okay, really nice and simple there. And then a G chord, because of the tuning we're playing it like this. All you need is your 3rd ring finger on the 5th fret of the E string. Block the A string. So yeah, it's nice and simple there. So what I'll also do now is put the song structure up on the screen. Hopefully that will allow you to break down all the individual sections, see where all the repeats are, etc, etc. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. You can see all the repeats. So on the drop down menu below, you'll be able to see all the song structures, so you can copy and paste it into a Word file, etc, etc. It's also worth mentioning he's mixing up the picking and the rhythms a hell of a lot. He's using these kind of main 8-bar phrase in all those verses. So I've kind of tabbed out the essential parts and then kind of copy and paste certain verses. So feel free to use these as a foundation and then just mix it up as you want to, because he's basically matching the rhythm of the picking to the vocal melody. So it's worth mentioning that. So you don't have to get it exactly like I've tabbed out, but this will work. Okay, so let's take a look at the intro first. So you start off on beat 4. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4 E and. So you've got some cool little riffs here as well. Use your first finger to go 2, 4, hammer on the D string, and then 2nd fret on the G string. So 4 E and then form that D5, and you're going to go 1 and, 1 and. So down and then down on the bass string, and then let that ring, and you're going to do a hammer on 2, 4, and then hit the 2nd fret D, and then hit the A string. So it's kind of forming an A chord. So far. 4 E and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4, and then this double pull off. Really good practice if you're not comfortable with pull offs. 4 2 0 on the D string, and then basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So a nice kind of sort of standardized picking pattern there. 1 and 2 and 3. I'm pretty much doing downstrokes for that bit there. So they just play that intro. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 E and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 and really nice intro. Okay, so let's take a look at the first verse. So first verse, start off and keep going with that D5. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So E, A, power chord, bit there. A, E, A, and then you've got some really nice, and that's why you want to play your D5 like this, because you're going to do 4 and. Use your first finger, so keep that sort of D5 there, and then you've got to hammer on, grace note hammer on, so it's split second. So you put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G. It's really nice, so make sure you really dig in, so it's 4 and. So that whole bar again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Carry on the same, 1 and 2 and 3 and then 4 is kind of doing something like this, putting the 3rd finger there, which is kind of part of a D chord as well. You're going to do 4 E and down up, down up. That'll be quite fast, that's why I've suggested in the tab, down up, down up. So that bar 2 again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and then bar 3, maybe a little bit more strumming at the end of the bar, 1 and 2 and 3, and then and a 4 E and down up, down up, down up. And then you go to your first A bar. So here, nice and simple, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So A, D, hit those 2 there, back on the D. Nice simple picking pattern then. Then you carry on for bar 5, 1 and 2, maybe a little bit of strumming, down up, 1 and 2 and and then 3 and A and D, and then you've got hammer on 2, 4 on the D, and then hit the 2nd fret D string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and let's do that first 3 beats again. 1 and 2 and 3 and it's got another cool little riff here. 4th fret A, 2nd fret D, open A, and then 2nd fret D. So I'm going 4 E and like that. So that's bar 6 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and okay, and then bars 7 and 8. You're going to do the A chord, 1 and 2 and these kind of sounds like he's doing a little bit of an arpeggio here. 3 E and so you can go up, 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 or up, up, down there, more like an arpeggio. So up, 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 and then 4, 2 on the D string, 4 E like that. So that bar 7 again. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and then D5. 1 and 2 and then another kind of little cool picking pattern. Down, up, or up, up, down, up, whatever you prefer. So down, up. So B, G, D, G, and then you've got that cool little fast picking pattern that we had before, which is 4 E and down, up. So bar 8 again of the first verse, 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and again, if you're using the guitar profile for this, don't forget to slow it down, get it nice and accurate. It's a cool kind of way of playing, just making really basic chords sound really kind of nice and kind of complex. Okay, so now we're going to take the first verse, just basically alter it quite a bit for the second verse, okay, and just use this foundation for the rest of the song. Okay, so now start the second verse, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's basically like the first bar of the first verse, but you're coming early with this bit. So instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's now going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're coming slightly early with that, and that's all matched to the vocal melody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. Then bar 2, 1 and 2 and you got that cool little kind of arpeggio bit, fast bit. 3 E and 4 E and that we had at the end of the first verse, and then here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so just down, 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 down. That's bar 3, and then A major. Here I'm going to go down, up on the G, and then maybe up on the, or down on the D. So 1 and 2 and 3, and then hold that note. 1 and 2 and 3, and then 4 E. So 4th fret A, and then 2nd fret on the D, so 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 E and okay, and now we're on to bar 5. We're going to carry on the same sort of way, 1 and 2 and 3, and then you got this, and so you got hit that 2nd fret D. These are all really useful techniques, by the way. 1 and 2 and 3 and then you're going to got a grace note hammer on, split second hammer on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 2nd fret on the D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you got 1 and 2 and 3 and this bar we've had before. That riff at the end. Then 1 and 2 and so down, up, down, down, up, down, up on the A and the D at the end of beat 2 here. And bar 7. Second verse, 1 and 2 and then 3 and then 4 2 on the D, open A, and up on the 2nd fret D. So that bar 7 of the second verse, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and then bar 8, D5, 1 and 2 and 3 and then that. Cool, really lush playing. So yeah, just really basic chords, but lots of other kind of cool little bits that you can add. You don't have to add those bits. You can just really strip it down, pick the simplest bars of D5 and A and do those if you wanted to. So, okay, so that's the verses. So again, basically you can chop and change between those two verses for all 9 and play around with it. Okay, and now we're going to go through the breaks. Okay, so the breaks are very similar to the that intro that we did, that 2-bar intro. So imagine we're coming out of the 4th verse now into this first break. So the final bar of the 4th verse, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So same as before, but now we're going to get into this first break. Okay, so every time you get into a break, you do this kind of cool riff to start it off on beat 4 of the previous bar. So get that D5 ready, but then hit the D string, hammer on to the 4th fret of the D, and then hit the 2nd fret G. 4 E and. Okay? And then what we've got is you've got 1 and a, down, down, up. That's how I'm doing that to reinforce the rhythm. 1 and a, then open E, 2, and then 2 4 hammer on, like that. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 E and 1 and a, 2 and then A. I've got to do the power chord version of that A. 3 and. So power chord, part of the A chord, then A string, and then that kind of double pull off. If you're not comfortable with the double pull off, just go, or maybe just do 1 pull off and then do the pick note. So far again. Oops. 2, 3, 4 E and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 E and then just a little bit more strumming here. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and so it's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. That'll work really well for all 3 breaks. Okay, so the only thing we've got left now is the middle 8 section. So you start off with an A chord, 1 and 2 and a kind of 2-beat pattern we've had loads, and just do that twice to fill up the bar. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and do the same thing with the D5 now. Then same now the G chord, and back to the D5. Cool. Okay, so that's the first 4 bars, and then we've got A. And then D5 twice. Do that again. So that's an 8-bar phrase which you do twice, but you just have to remember on the 2nd line there in the song structure, you've got to go into a break at the end. So basically do it twice on the final bar of that D5, 1 and 2 and a 3 and then you're starting off with that break section. And that's all the parts. So have fun with that one. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments or suggestions, let me know down below. Any questions about getting any of these files off the online store? So the online store is jaysmusicschool.co.uk. There's a Bruce shop in there. You can get, the format is Guitar Pro if you've got that program, or you can get it in PDF format, and you've got backing tracks on there as well. If you're a subscribed star, you can use your discount codes, get more value for money. Thanks as always for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye. like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.